Hi, my name is Julio Gonzalez, Director of the Middle College High School Program in the Outreach Department at Moreno Valley College. And in this presentation, I will be sharing information regarding the four systems of higher education. Through this presentation, I will talk briefly about life after high school, and then just share some general information regarding admission and the cost to attend the UC system, CSU system, private universities, trade schools, community college system, and at the end, just post that question, what is right for you? So to begin, after high school, we have three options. We can go straight into the workforce, we can enlist in the military, or we can go to college. With working after high school, with the high school diploma, the kind of jobs that one may be able to get maybe working at a store, retail, fast foods, warehouses, jobs that mostly pay minimum wage, do not offer many health benefits, and you know these jobs, they're important jobs, they're honest jobs, they're good jobs. Um, I say that with sincerity because I believe that every single job in our society is very important. They're all a little different. Based on your level of education will determine the kind of opportunities you have, the kind of jobs, employment, careers you would have. But every single job is important because if all we had in our society were doctors and lawyers, society would not work. It would not function. And so every single job is important. The question is, what do you want to do? And what do you need to achieve that job? Do you need college degree or not? And so these are questions that you need to ask yourself and you need to answer those for yourself. The second option with military, I want to say that I personally believe that that is a great option. It definitely does provide a lot of opportunities, some commitments for a number of years, but there's a lot of great opportunities and benefits for those that are interested in participating in military and enlisting in the military. And third, with community college, I'm sorry, with colleges, we have four systems in California where they provide different opportunities and some similar opportunities. But once again, I will talk about just some general information regarding their admission and the cost of attending. We'll start off with the UC system. Within the University of California, there are 10 universities. Um, they One can obtain a degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's, or a PhD. Admission requirements include the A through G courses. Currently, right now, SATs and ACTs are optional, they are not required. And you have to have a GPA of a 3.0 or higher within the A through G courses for the 10th and 11th year, school year. Do know that that's the minimum GPA requirement. With some of the UCs are more competitive than others, and some of the majors within the universities are more competitive than others. So if you have the opportunity to apply to more than one, I strongly encourage you. I Many counselors, professionals would recommend that you apply for a safe school, a school that you may have a higher chance of being accepted, and then your dream school and anything in between. So A through G's, I believe that all of you should be aware what the A through G's are. These are the required courses that one needs to complete in order to be eligible for a UC system. And so I won't spend too much time. You can pause and review this information, but uh, you have the list followed by the required years and recommended years. Before I talk about the cost, I do also want to encourage everyone to apply for the FAFSA or the DREAM Act, regardless of how much or how little you think you may get, or if nothing. Strongly encourage you with some universities, they use that information also to see if you're eligible for some other scholarships. And so I strongly recommend you to complete the FAFSA, DREAM Act. And as I talk about the cost of attending these universities, I don't want to discourage you. I am getting this information from the websites. I strongly encourage you to go into online, review the information, search the schools that you're interested in attending, make sure that they have the major that you are pursuing for the career you want to go into, and look at the cost. And you can reach out to their admission personnel to get more information. And definitely, you have your counselors, career technicians at your high school that you can get more information. But in this presentation, I just wanted to share some of the distinctions and also the cost. And so within the UC system, in general, on average, in their website, it states in their websites at the bottom, it states that, here's the cost for tuition, books, health insurance, room and board, personal expenses, and the total if you were living on campus or off campus. This is general information. If we look at what UCR shares on their website, they break it down by parents living in the dorms, campus apartments, or off campus, and you can see the difference. One thing that I would like to point out is that room and board, if you're living with your parents, the day before you graduate from high school and after you graduate from high school, the cost of you living at home with your parents is not going to go up. And so if you wanted to calculate what the cost would be for you to um, attend UCR, if you were commuting and not living in the dorms or in apartments, you can subtract some of this. And so it could be closer to 22,000 instead of the 27. So, with financial aids, there are things that you can do where you can uh, reduce the cost. And obviously, applying to scholarships is one of those opportunities. Next, we have the CSU system. Within the California State University system, there are 23 universities. They also offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Their admission requirements a little bit similar but different than the UCs, where they do require that students complete the A through G courses. Right now, SAT and ACT are temporarily suspended. And it states here that under the A through G courses for grades 11, 10th and 11th, you should have 2.0 or higher. The 2.0, you know, the higher the GPA, the more competitive that you are. But also within the CSU system, there are CSUs that are impacted. There are majors within the CSUs that are impacted. So this information, you can actually review it on their website. And so within the CSU websites, they do have a matrix for impacted programs. And down here's the website. And this is just a snapshot, so this is not the entire list. So on top, it has the list of the universities, Bakersfield through Stanislaus. And then going down, you see the majors. And again, this is just a short list. It's not all the majors or all the universities. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think so. Okay, and so what this tells us is that it indicates if that university offers that major, and then it also indicates if it's an if programs are offered on the campus but not impacted, or if the programs are impacted or all programs are impacted. So as an example, if I was looking at biological science at Bakersfield, Channel Island, Chico, Dominguez Hills, East Bay, it says that programs offered at this campus but not impacted. But then when I look at Fresno, it says that the program is impacted, but then I see this red symbol here that's indicating that all programs at this university are impacted. So that means that one definitely needs a very competitive GPA in order to increase their chances of being accepted to that university. And so just information to consider and definitely explore as you're looking at where to apply. For UCs and CSUs, it does cost to apply. They do have fee waivers that you can apply for when you're applying to those universities, and uh, apply to as many as you can afford. An example of what it would cost to attend one of the local CSUs, CSU San Marcos, as an example. Once again, you see the different fees. You see the cost, the overall cost of it. If you were living with your parents on campus or off campus, if you're living at home and you're commuting to San Marcos, you can, probably subtract some of this, and it probably be less than this. But if you're living on campus or off campus in apartments, then you're looking at more of this amount for 1 year. Next, our third system are the private universities. Private universities and trade schools. And so in California, we have over 75 of them. And each one of them, they are independent of each other. Some of them have partnerships. They belong to similar organizations, but basically um, they're independent of anyone else. And so within these private universities, do know that to get the, the most updated, uh, the correct information, you are strongly encouraged to go into their website, search for the appropriate information, major, cost of attending, admission requirements. They should also have numbers or contact information to speak someone at the university they can you can talk to and just get more information. So strongly encourage you to explore their websites and just get more information on some of the private universities that you may be considering in attending. And so with the private universities, they offer bachelor's, master's, PhDs. With the private trade schools, they offer certificates, associate degrees, and the admissions for private universities, they vary. But many of them, they also require the A through Gs. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. So once again, you should look at their websites to get the accurate information. And the same goes for the admissions test and the GPA, the required GPA. The cost for every university is very different. And again, I strongly encourage you to look at their website and type in cost of attending, tuition, that kind of stuff. You can also do a Google search. And so what I've gathered from the website from Cal Baptist as one of the examples of our local private universities was this information where it talked about tuition fees and housing, and you can see the overall price. 46,640. I also saw on the same page website information regarding the estimate books and supplies for semester between 600 and 1,000. That seems accurate. And then health insurance, and with health insurance, it tells you that this is required if you don't have it, but if you do, it can be waived. So this could be deducted from the overall. And the same goes for the UCs that require that. That's an additional amount of money that you can subtract if if you do have insurance. Another example of a local private university is the University of Redlands. Again, we can see tuition for 3 terms, uh, room, meal plans, associated student fees, matriculation, total cost. Again, this information was copied from their website. So you can see a little bit of a difference between the UCs and the UC, CSUs, and private universities. You can earn a bachelor's, you can earn a master's, and all 3 systems offer different types of doctoral degrees. And so you will need to look at each one of them to see if they have what you want. And last but not least, we have the community college system, where we have 116 community colleges throughout the state of California. The types of degrees that they provide or you can earn a certificate, an associate's, and or you can you can complete the first 2 years of a bachelor's and then transfer to a university as a junior. Admission requirements are that you have a high school diploma or that you're 18 years or older. Now, with community colleges, some important things to share is that when we talk about certificates, we're talking about careers that you can complete in 6 months, a year, 2 years, where you will graduate with the career. And so um, we do have other presentations. We have a NBC 101 where we share information on the different opportunities we have at Moreno Valley College. But I encourage you to look at the opportunities that we have through our website and any other local community college around your area to see if they have what you want. Because as it pertains to career technical careers programs, they we do offer different things, and so you want to go to where they offer what you want in regards to career technical opportunities, careers. For transfer, you can go to any community college to complete your first 2 years of a bachelor's and then transfer to a university. And so at Moreno Valley College, um, we have various associate degree, we have various transfer opportunities, uh, which once again, you can complete your first 2 years, go into a university as a junior. 2 years later, you have your bachelor's, and your bachelor's will be the same as any other student who might have started their freshman year at that university. And so community colleges definitely provide a lot of great opportunities. And how much does it cost? Well, in the state of California, the cost of 1 unit is only $46. A full-time student would be taking 12 units. And so 12 units times 46 is $552. With student fees, if we added the 3 student fees for 1 semester, you are looking at $607. Now, we encourage you that in 1 year you complete a minimum of 30 units, uh, which is 1 year of college. We want you to come in, finish what you need to finish, and then go on to your career or go on to that 4 university as a junior. And so we have fall, winter, and spring, and we also have summer. If you completed 30 units times 46, that's about 1,380. And let's just say that it's about 1,500 for the year, including student fees and the 30 units. If you were with us for 2 years, that's around $3,000 for you to complete your first 2 years of a bachelor's, if that's what you wanted to do. And so as I share this information, um, I think you can agree that community college is definitely a lot more affordable. It's a lot less than starting at a UC, a CSU, or a private university. Now, please, as I share this information, don't think that I'm trying to discourage UC, CSUs, or privates. I am not. You have to do what is best for you. I strongly encourage you to apply to Moreno Valley College or any local community college. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't commit you to anything. You reserve a spot. I also encourage you that if you want to, if you're planning to, if you're considering, apply to a UC, a CSU, or the 4-year private university of your choice. By applying, you're not committing to anything. And with the UC, CSUs, and most private universities, you do not have to commit until May the 1st. And if you are accepted, you will get your letter of acceptance, and you will also get a letter that will your financial aid award, which will let you know the breakdown on the grants, the scholarships, and that you may be getting from that university, as well as loans, student loans, and Parent Plus loans. Once you get that information in April, I sit down with your family, look at your options, and determine what is best for you. If you're okay with the financial aid package that that university is giving you, great, go for it. Go for it. If that's what you want. Now, if they're asking for 5, 10, or more in loans from you and additional loans from your parents, you have options. You have options. And so, you got to do what is best for you. Know that the most important thing is not where you go. The most important thing is what you do where you're at. Every single year from Moreno Valley College and from every other community college, we have students that graduate and go on to UC, CSUs, or go on into the workforce and are successful. Because the most important thing is what you do where you're at. And so, with that, I want to thank you. I want to wish you the best. Uh, And if you have any questions, I strongly encourage you to talk to your high school counselors, your correct technicians, or visit us at Moreno Valley College, mbc.edu. Thank you so much. And this concludes my presentation.